Congratulations! You are in treat for a big surprise here at the High School of Academy. Today we're going to be learning about architecture such as the dandelions, Teixera, and geologanies. So, what is that? Now, today is going to be a very special day. We're going to have a guest speaker on tap for you today, and we're also going to have other great artists like Jacques Malikonosis on today. But first we're going to learn about a little art called Tough Mudder 2012. It's a great spear's force on the left bow of Mexico and the Mediterranean Sea. You take a red pastel and you trace a line over the Borin Skalagi. Now the Borin Skalagi is a very easy thing to draw. You just have to make an art malagi and make sure that it stays straight and fertile through the entire greeting industry. Now, I'm going to draw another malagi similar to the last one, but not exactly the same. You want to make sure it's not the same, because if it's the same, you'll just screw the entire drawing up. You don't want that. You don't want that. You want it to be a little riggedy and rouse. If it's not riggedy and rouse, you will not have a true painting. Now, draw the top line, and now you've got a Valiant Tone plate. Now that you have a Valiant Tone plate, you can now make the other bases by drawing a simple rectangular square. Now, a rectangular square is very easy. You just draw a regular square in rectangle form. Now we're going to draw a circle square, which is very easy. You just draw a square except with rounded sides. So, kind of looks like a piece of toast. Now, if you ever heard of the toast sweat, if you ever heard of toast, you'll know that it sweats. You know, when you put it in the toaster, this is a very comical subject to me. If you ever have a piece of toast, you put it in the toaster, you take it out, you really need to put a paper towel under it, or else it will start to sweat, and it will drip, and it'll go on to that nice granite calendar you just bought. Am I right? Or am I right? So, if you don't want the toast sweat on that, you just put a simple paper towel under it. And if you put a piece like this, a pastel diamant, under it, it'll wrap up quite nicely. And I even draw, symbols to put the toast under. So now we're actually going to connect these three pieces, and I'm just going to use my a regular yellow creation marker, and we're just going to draw a few lines. Or as some people like to call them, leanies. Now, you take the dull side of the flapjack, and you turn it around, and you make what is called a lixonine. A lixonine is a great line to use when you just feel like drawing. A lot of times you get stressed off, or pissed off, as the young kids call it these days, and you just draw a nice little picture, and it'll turn out and it'll be a groove dog. Alright? You can just take the lines, connect the other side, and you can make a nice painting or drawing. I'm so sorry, just like this one yourself. Now, if you look over to here, I'm going to have a couple more masterpieces. I'm going to have Octavian distribute one of these for me. As you can see, okay, two, that's fine also. I have a sheep meadow black here, a very nice color. It's vibrant and Scooty-Doo. Now, if you just take it, you put a little dabber on the paper, then you can easily distribute it with your finder. Or if you have an old flavor, you can just take it, and you can take the petal and you can just distribute it. Okay, it's very, very easy to do. And when you get the hang of it, you'll be able to do it very well. Now, if you can see, oh, thank you, Octavian. Now, I'm going to take this green, kind of mushy empire kind of color, and I'm just going to squeeze a dabber on, alright? And now, I know I'm probably blabbering my head off right now about the different types of colors, but I just love colors so much that I actually changed my name to Flamingo Pink. So I'm going to use the same flower petal. You could use your finger also if you like. And you can just dab away. Now, if you can see, I've dabbed. So now you can see the green and yellow made a great kind of midnight rush scheme to do Dumont color. And that's a very nice color if you're into making fall pieces of architecture like green and banquet Dumont. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take one of these beautifully colored pastel pencils and I'm going to draw a little steamship. Now, if you can see the sound that it makes a very sweet, southern, smooth sound. And that's kind of like the sound of chimes on a Christmas morning. They just chime away. Birds chirp, 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 chirp. And you just keep calling it. You can see right here. You might not be able to see it. The light's very bad. It's right next to the home plate. It makes a nice color that kind of goes along with the red. Now, when you make a piece like this, you want to make sure you have the corners colored, or as some people like to call them, the centers. Some people call it the centers because they're not quite the center and they're not quite the sides. So from that, they make the centers. They both have a C and an S in it, just like center and sides have. Now, what I'm going to tell you about right now is a little Greek history on painting. Some Greeks used to like to use stuff called Aristillon. Aristillon is a great method of drawing. And I actually have brought a Greek fellow in today to help us out with a little bit of painting. So, I'm sorry, he's in the lounge right now. He's actually having a cup of coffee. We're gonna bring him in just a second, but for now I'm just gonna tell you a little bit of background about the guy. Actually we were supposed to do it now. Where is he? Where is he? Somebody get him! Somebody get him! Here he is. You're a bit tardy, sir. Sorry. So I'm actually going to let him go for a second. I have to get a nice piece of art this young man made. So you go ahead, you tell the crowd who you are and what type of drawings you make.
Reggie Petalburger, and I have 86 lap points, and I like to make drawings of pianos and butterflies, volcanoes, sunshine, Pepper Panda. So this guy's home.
So, the Regmeister has made a painting It's of volcanoes, sunshine, and a little bit of butterfly action in there. As you can see, he engraved the tracings of the styrofoam collage, and he put this little nice piece of red paper under it. Some people like to call it colored wax paper, or Cinco de Mayo. Now, if you rub a little bit of this on Cinco de Mayo, it'll show up, and he's done a very good job of being able to actually draw.
Cinco de Mayo means 5th of May.
This is also what they call this. They told me they would not be certain about it, but that, yes, that it is called this.
And it isn't.
So, rub the Cinco de Mayo.
I know how to draw the sweating tooth.
And you can see the volcano has showed up. And so has the butterfly. Now, when people like to call butterflies sometime, as you guys would all, probably know, is they call them Thorbjorns. And Thorbjorns are great to draw in the summertime when you just feel like sipping a nice glass of pink lemonade. And, pots and pans are a wonderful appliance in the kitchen. They are. So are coffee beans and Mark Delanas. And, even a Valiant pencil sometimes are good to have a snack in the summertime. So, without further ado, I'm going to give you Reggie, and he's going to tell you a little bit more about summer.
Wait, what?
About summer.
Summer. Summer is the third month of the year, and it's got flowers, leaves on the trees, colors, temperature, warm, sun, cloud. I don't know.
Alright, if you guys would follow, if you can, would follow me over here. We've got a little something to show you. A couple of these pictures that my ancestors once drew. This one's of a picture of the flowers and the ASEAN. These are of the leaves and also the ASEAN and the little island out in the south of Mexico, China. Now, come over here, we'll look at some decor. This is a nice little piece of decor. It's of a goose. The goose is in its mother hen baby's sitting center, watching it go to sleep. Now, my friend Reggie actually waxed this up for me before he came and put a little bit of touch into it. Now, I'm sorry, I need to take a seat. This goose is a very special goose. It was made by my grandfather, Joe Linda. My grandfather, Joe Linda, and my grandmother, Bruce. They both made little babies. The boy was named Billy, and the man was named Narfana. Narfana and Billy made many great sculptures together, including the Mexitori Divan. You might also know it as the Mona Lisa. A lot of people think that Leonardo da Vinci created that sculpture. He did not. He did not. They're false if they think that. They're false, and they're liars, and they deserve to go to prison for it. They did not. It was Billy and Magdalena, or Nolfina, whatever I said before. Now, I'm going to put this back. I hope you liked the little history lesson. Now, Reggie's going to leave. Bye-bye, Reggie. Get out, Reggie. Could someone come get him? Thank you. If you could see, Reggie drew us a nice little picture. I told him to draw this nice little picture before he left. It's of a green moon, as some people might call it, or a moan. Moans are very good because they can really seek into your soul and touch you. And so, with that, I'm going to leave us on a cliffhanger for the next show. We'll see you there at 5 o'clock.